君はいつだっていつだって変わらないでね私に何回も何回もシグナル
What's up, Cardfighters? Clark here with a Narukami Legion Stride deck. Basically the Crimson Vermilion deck everybody loves. Alright, starting off we have 4. Oh Jesus, terrible. 4 Dragonic Kaiser Crimson. So you mainly want to sit on this guy. This is your first ideal ride. And his ability is obviously Legion with Vermilion. And his activate is choose your Legion mates, activate until the end of turn. That ability has no cost. And so basically what Vermilion skill is, I'll explain later. You take on Vermilion skill and it doesn't cost you anything. You're not counterblasting, you're not soul blasting, it's free. Everything's free in this deck basically. Not true because I played differently. And then his other is Soul Blast 1, and if you have another unit in the middle column, he gets plus 2,000. So, I mean, you can hit for bigger numbers with this guy if you really need to. Alright. Next we have 3 Vermilion. As I explained earlier, his limit break is Counterblast 3, and this unit gets plus 2,000, and he battles the entire front row. That's really broken. So you're just pooping on your opponent's front row every single turn, as long as you have that limit break enabler, or if you're at 4 damage. So pick your poison, or pick your whichever one. All right. Next on to the grade 2s, we have 3 Dragonic Death Sight, or I like to call him Dragonic Death Sniper, because this guy just kills the back row. What I like to do is against shadow players sometimes, I'll just ride him, use his ability, kill Judge Bow. Screws up their whole turn. Screws up like he goes into the soul and he gets those sword breakers, draw more cards. Yeah, that's not happening with this deck. This guy, Counterblast to snipe. So then 4 Voltage Horn. His ability is when he's boosted, Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1, and you get to retire. Your opponent chooses, he retires, and you get to bind it and send it to the Nether Realm. So that card's never coming back. And like if you put a 7 kit behind it, it's 16 when he attacks Vanguard. So and you get to retire and bind. That's pretty broken, because what I like to do is I'll take the Legion and I'll hit their front row. Obviously he might not even waste all of his guard for the rear guards, and then I'll use him to finish off the back row if I need to, because Death Sight's a little bit counterblast heavy with the counterblast 2. He's just CB1. So, and then 4 Dusty Plasma. He gets plus 3,000 with a Vanguard with Vermilion in its name. So when you're in Legion, he's a 12k hitter. You like those magic numbers, but I'm still debating whether I want to change him out for just the generic 12k that just came out in the Narukami set. Just because, I like to sit on Crimson a lot and just ditch for Stride, because Legion is like one of my tactics, but then it's not my main one unless I really need to destroy his field, but I can do that with my other rearguard units or my Stride. So yeah, Dusty is 4. Next are grade 1s. We have 3 Tonfa Brawler Arc. He's mainly used as that bigger boost during Legion, I would say. I mean, it's not like he's a Bruno, but I mean, he can get up there with those numbers. He gets plus 3,000 for every unit put in the drop zone. So I would swing with my Legion first, and then obviously he's not going to guard the rear guards maybe, and that's what, 2 rear guards put in the drop zone. Then he gets plus 6,000 behind, say, Voltage Horn or Dusty Plasma if their numbers are high. So that's really good rear guard columns. And 3 Stride Fodders, just in case I can't just in case I don't have another grade 3 in my hand to Stride, or I don't want to ditch a 2 and a 1, because that's just minusing yourself. I run 3 attempt of Mighty Bull. He's a fine number for me. Then 4 on Flippy Perfect Guards. I mean, the deck's not too counterblast heavy, and plus, like, I don't necessarily rely on my rear guards to do things for me, because my Vanguard can obviously Legion, and also I have Stride units that do ridiculous things as well, so, you know, I keep her just in case I use Death Sight, and then I have my grade 3 Searcher as my starting Vanguard. I'll show you later, but, you know, that's 3 counterblast early game that I want to, you know, save, maybe, later on, so. And 2 Rising Phoenix. I like them at 2 because then at least they're not like fighting for the soul, and then I get that draw. And I don't always want a 5k boost behind my rear guards because the numbers are just not consistent enough for me. So Rising Phoenix at 2 has been working out well. And 3 Limit Break Enablers. So I run 3 just because obviously Legion's not my main focus, but if I have to and I have this early, then I will Legion. That's my choice. So I'll put them just right behind the Vanguard, get that easy 27k column, or actually 29k column with Egg Boy. Was it
Egg Helm?
Egg Helm, Egg Boy, Jesus. So I mean, he's got that limit break, you know, that's why he's in the deck. For triggers, I run 6 draw, 6 crit, and obviously 4 heal. You know, I run 6 crit, 6 draw because of consistency issues sometimes. I would also run 8 crit, 4 draw, but I feel I want to draw into more cards in this deck. Because if I don't, then I won't have extra attacks, or I won't have extra guard. And I run Malevolent Degen as that like tech for crit because nowadays every deck has a plus 3k put into soul type of trigger, so that really helps give better numbers to, like, say if I want to give 3k to Voltage Horn or Dusty or Death Sight, whoever's on my rear guard, that'll just give me higher numbers to attack with. So Degen is my tech for the deck, I would say. Next, we have our starter, Spike Dragoon. Pretty self-explanatory. He's our grade 3 searcher. You know, I always use him early game, like at least turn 2 maybe. I mean, no, not turn 2, but maybe turn 3 or 4, around that time when I get damage. So then I can get that grade 3 and ensure that I can either stride, or, because I only run 7 grade 3s, that I can get Crimson into my hand, because he's the one I want to ride, not Vermilion, because then I'm just screwing myself. And next, onto Stride. 4 Conquest. Super broken card, in a sense, like, his ability is, choose a face down Conquest Dragon. And then if the number of face-up cards in your G zone is 2 or more, choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row, retire it, and the whole front row gets plus 5,000. But since there are 2 open rear guards, you're getting plus 10,000 to the whole front row of your Vanguard and rear guard zone. So your Vanguard's hitting for plus 10k. So he's 25 by himself without the Vanguard, you know, in the soul and stuff like that. And then your rear guards are, Dusty's going to be 22 by himself when you're in Legion and you have that. And then, you know, Voltage or Death Sight, you just put triggers on them, they'll be higher numbers, it'll be way better for you. Alright, then 1 Blizza, yeah, he's kind of your GB2 helper, but we don't have GB2 in this deck, so he's mainly for that all else fails, you don't have anything else in your G zone, he'll hit for like 65 or something like that, right?
Yeah,
he'll hit for a
big
really
number.
high number. And then 3 Zorus, he's your first ideal stride. Ability is when this unit attack hits a Vanguard, choose your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards, retires it, and you choose up to 2 cards from the drop zone and bind it. So he's probably one of the reasons why Lacrosse died, because the cross, the X, whatever you want to call it. Just bind the overlords, and he's gone forever. You can't bring him back. Like, there's no card in Vanguard that allows you to really bring back cards from the drop. I mean, from the bind zone. So, yeah, this is just ridiculous. So, he puts on a huge amount of pressure. Because say there are Legion decks out there like Thingsaver or, Thingsaver Ultimile. I know Ryan runs that deck. And then Shadow Paladin. Like, you just bind their mates, or you bind the extra copies of Thingsaver. This guy kills it. So, and you pull out a perfect guard early game. Then you go Conquest next turn. Your rear guards are hitting for stacked units, and you're just hitting him for way more pressure. So, yeah, this is the deck. It's our Narukami Eradicator Stride Legion build. Thanks for watching. Comment, like us, and subscribe. Vanguard Central out.